Mac Jones and company, they haven't been able to do jack diddly squat on offense. And there they were. He was the most efficient he's been in any game. They were making plays. DeMario Douglas, the rookie 81, gives them some juice on the offensive side of the ball. They were able to run the ball effectively enough here, right? But here's, there was Hunter Henry over the middle on the big drive to set it up. Here was Ramondre Steven, the drive starter. I mean, they throw a swing pass, and he runs up the sidelines for 40 yards. And then, of course, the touchdown here where, you get to the 1 yard line in this scenario. It's tough on a defense, especially when they know, wait, this team can run the ball on us too. So they get a matchup with Gesicki on Teron Johnson. He's on an island, and they throw the touchdown. But, it's troubling for Buffalo. And
the world's worst gritty.
Yeah.
The world's worst. It's so good. It's so bad it's good. It's the sprinting gritty.
That's not even a gritty.
He doesn't
it's
even
just high stepping.
It's just running. It's just running away with the football. Yeah. And look, we talk about this with other teams as well. Breaking in a new offense, new offensive coordinator.
Yeah.
You look at the damage that was done last year to the psyche of Mac Jones with the safety scissors and scotch tape offense with Matt Patricia and Joe Judge. Maybe it takes time. Maybe this is, we're 7 weeks in now. And it was always an issue with the Patriots. Once they changed the CBA, reduced the offseason workouts, reduced the padded practices, the first 4 weeks were always extended preseason for the Patriots.
Never started off real fast.
And I'm not ready to say they're going to run the table or, head to the playoffs. But maybe yesterday was that turning point. We've seen different teams. The turning point comes week 5, week 6, week 7. Maybe that's the turning point for the offense. Maybe they'll be more competitive going forward. So it's not just the Bills crumbling, maybe the Patriots rising up out of the morass.
Well, I think between the injuries on the Bills, the Patriots, probably getting better on the offensive side of the ball, like you're saying, feeling the pressure. And then we talked about a Patriots D who, they're a little banged up in the secondary and certainly not at full strength, but still pretty good. And we know those guys Bill's still got some brains there on the defensive side of the ball. And it goes back to, even though they're banged up, you know what they can do? Stop the bomb and Josh Allen from running around crazy, right? And that's where it's got to change, as we talked about with Buffalo. There's just no other element to their football team. Good win for the Patriots. Congratulations to the greatest head coach I've seen in the history of the NFL, okay? I know I wasn't alive for George Halas and all that, but for him to get his 300th win yesterday.
He didn't seem to care. You don't need to congratulate him because he was asked about it after the game and he did the grumble.
Well, I can speak to this. He loves history of football. He will think about it one day. And he is the ultimate, not going to get distracted by it. I got to worry about the Miami Dolphins next week, and that's where I do respect it.
But I will say this.
He's got 300 wins,
I know.
okay? Say congratulations,
Congratulations, Bill Belichick. But we had, and I'm not going to name names.
Yeah.
I'm not going to out anyone. We
Right.
had the conversation in the viewing room yesterday about the very strange, out-of-nowhere report that showed up top of the hour, 10 o'clock Eastern on NFL Network from Ian Rappaport.
Right.
That Bill Belichick signed a lucrative contract in the offseason, quietly signed a lucrative contract, and nobody knows anything about his contract. Well, somebody apparently does because you're reporting on it. The end result was, the consensus was, and I'm not going to name names.
Okay.
This was leaked deliberately by Belichick to take steam out of the talk that he's going to get fired during the season.
Right.
Because this doesn't change a damn thing about what happens after the season.
Yeah.
Because if he was safe after the season, Robert Kraft would have said so by now. When Robert Kraft was asked the question back in March, does Bill get to stay until he passes Don Shula, or does he have to make it to the playoffs this year? What Kraft said was basically, nothing is guaranteed. I want to get to the playoffs.
Yeah.
We want all of our players to set records and get statistics. I want to get to. It's very important we get to the playoffs.
I hear you.
And whatever
I don't
the
know
buyout
if he's
is,
definitely read a $60 or $70 million check.
Look,
we'll see.
but we don't even know what it is. Lucrative. Every contract's lucrative.
Well,
I mean, it was filled with all these bullshit buzzwords. Because what happened was, and I saw the narrative.
Right.
It had the exact effect it was supposed to have, because too many people in the media are just looking for low-hanging fruit, and they check a box and they move on. Lucrative long-term extension. Lucrative multi-year extension. Every coaching contract is lucrative. How much of it's guaranteed? What would it cost Robert Kraft to move on from Bill Belichick after the season? That's all that matters.
Yeah.
Because until he says, I am not making a coaching change after the season. It's in play.
I hear you. Listen, we'll see.
That was a worthless report yesterday aimed at stopping the talk that he might get fired during the season.
Maybe. I don't know.
Sorry to be so candid.
I certainly can understand your assessment there. I do. But I do think it's something real there. Like lucrative, first off, for Bill Belichick is like he's the highest paid coach in football still. I would think it's right up there. The highest paid coaches.
It's all a write-off.
Well,
it's all a write-off.
It could be, but if you're making $18 to $20 million a year,
he's probably making 25 to 30.
The guarantee, like most of these top-level coaches, the guarantees are like 90% of what the contract is.
There'd be an offset for whatever he makes elsewhere too.
Maybe.
Now, I don't know. Is there going to be a land rush to hire him? There would have been 5 years ago.
I don't know. He's
maybe
70,
he just takes
71. We'll see. We'll see where it goes.
Maybe he just takes, whatever the term of this lucrative multi-year extension is. He just stays home and takes Robert Kraft's money.
He ain't going easily. He's just not. He's going to fight here, and they're going to continue to fight. We'll see where it goes. And they play the Dolphins this week, and we'll see what they can do there.
While I'm in the neighborhood,
yeah.
Somebody was suggesting that people in the upper reaches of the organization want to tank. Well, good luck getting Bill Belichick to go along with that.
Yeah.
And they've already made it clear that Bill Belichick runs everything. Well, Robert Kraft is going to show up and say, hey, I think we should, play Malik Cunningham at quarterback for the rest of the year, and we should put in second stringers and third stringers because, there's benefit for next year. Belichick's not going to care. He wants to win as many games as he can.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of weirdness going around all this.
Yes, there is. They're unstable.
And who knows? Who knows? Maybe they've found a way. If they beat the Dolphins next week, holy crap.
Yeah.
So I can't rule out anything after yesterday.
They're kind of a funny team because they've looked horrible at some points, and then of course we had some moments here earlier in the year where they seem like they were better than a 2-5 football team. I mean, they were toe to toe with the Eagles and Dolphins. We know that, but that Saints Cowboys stretch there where they were outscored, 72-3?
Yes.
That was just like, what? That's not normal there. So, what are they as a football team? We'll see. They do have some games that are winnable, on their coming up on their schedule. Dolphins this week, of course, not easy, but Commanders, Colts, Giants, Chargers, Steelers, okay, Chiefs, then Broncos. I mean, some of those, I wouldn't be shocked to see the Patriots win more than they lose in that little stretch there.
There's a lot of pride on the line here. The players, Matthew Judon, who's injured, the way he was celebrating on the sideline. I mean, there's a lot of strong desire there to turn this around. And who knows what they're going to do. We've seen crazier things happen. And of all the teams to be in a hole like this, if you're trying to dig out of it, you want the greatest coach of all time in Bill Belichick. And, we poke fun at time to time. I mean, I wonder why he's the way he is with the media, and it's not a great look, I think.
I hear you.
There's a way to not be that much of a jerk and still keep your secrets, but he's still a great coach.
Yes, he is.
And for any of these teams that are 2-5 right now, the one that I would feel the best about is Bill Belichick turning it around. If any of them are going to do it, it's going to be him.
Yeah, I hear you there. I look at them and, we'll see. There's not a ton of talent on their football team. I still worry about explosive playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. Maybe Demario Douglas can offer that up a little bit. I kind of worry about the same element on the defensive side of the ball. I think they played a team that they match up well with the Bills. Good win by them, but I'm not sure I'm ready to say they're going to right the ship here, down the second half of the season.
Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.